channel where we create care culture. I need you to care about how you're putting yourself onto the singles shelf, because on a dating app, it really is a market. Be safe. There are a lot of fake profiles out there, but that should not deter you from having some fun on a dating app. In fact, lots of people meet and marry just from a dating app. Many people are saying now, oh gosh, not like how did you meet someone, but which dating app did you meet them on? The average person is on at least 3 dating apps at a time. This is just the norm of how to connect with someone. It's how we like to do everything. We're on our phone, so we may as well meet someone on our phone and learn how to weed out the weirdos. Are they weird, or are they just socially awkward? A lot of people just don't know how to communicate on a phone, and that's so okay. I mean, think about it. To write, firstly, in short form, you need to be pretty much an editor. And then you've got the whole, what emoji do I use? The emojis are there to help you give some sort of emotion. I mean, that's why they're called emojis. So be careful when you're writing. If it is intended to be a joke, make sure you put the crying, laughing face or some sort of smiling emoji later, because text, as you know, can get really misconstrued or misinterpreted. Know if they are a fake profile, because I don't want you talking to some random weird fake person and wasting all of your spare time talking to someone that's just not even real. They're having a great time, you thought you were having a great time, and now you've just wasted all your time. So I like to do this really quickly. Weed out the weirdos so fast that they don't even know what hit them. You can't text the wrong thing to the right person. So if they are a fake profile, they will probably get really upset, or in my experience from having researched all these dating apps, they could get too helpful. But you can pretty much verify a person straight away by asking for their other social media accounts. Now, keep in mind, if they give up their Instagram account, and you go, oh great, they really are on Instagram, this looks exactly like them, they still might be a fake person. I want you to go into the photos of section and see if there are uploaded photos of them on there as well. If there are, and other people have uploaded and tagged photos of these people, chances are it's a real person. But if there aren't, that's a good telltale sign that you could be talking to a fake profile. The other way to check out their Instagram when they've given that up, to see if they're fake or not, is look at the order of which they have, I guess, uploaded all of their photos. Once somebody only got back to me a day later and they said, yeah, sure, I'll verify you, here's my Instagram page. And I had a look, and all the 6 photos that were there certainly did look like the person, but they were also only uploaded within that sort of day. So he created a fake profile that day to keep me interested. Also, you can check the comments under the person's photos and just see who they are by how the public respond to them. If they've got like a whole bunch of fake profiles or weird sort of, show us your abs or whatever underneath, then I don't know if you want to engage with that kind of a person. It could be a fake profile, or it could just be a real weirdo. And if there are some really nice friends underneath there writing supportive comments or funny jokes, then you can tell that they're a nice person. Pretty much their social media accounts are going to be very telling. So ask for that, ask for LinkedIn. Some people won't give it up straight away, and it might not mean that they're a fake person. If they're a good person, they're probably, and they really like you, they're probably going to want to understand that you're just being safe. So a real person is going to give up their social media account. Maybe not straight away, but let's try and make that happen within the first 5 sentences. And I know that sounds like that's really quick, but after a little bit of a, hi, how are you? Tell me about yourself, or what have you been doing this weekend? Or I really like that dog that you've been playing with in your photo. After a couple of those, then you might want to say, and this is my favorite line, I hope you don't mind me checking you out on other social media, and then ask for either their Instagram or whatever it is that you like to use, and then say it's the best way to weed out those fake profiles. There are so many on here. But make sure, once again, you use an emoji and do a bit of a laughing face or an eye roll emoji, because that just gives it a little bit more fun instead of you looking like you're the freak coming from a place of fear. At least you know they're the real person, but you still want to be safe. And to be safe, before you even get on, you need to know how to block and report. Now, if this person is actually being really off limits, then you have the right to say, hey, maybe not straight away because they might be nervous. You want to say, hey, I'm going to unmatch you or any more of this and I think that I should block and report. But before you get to that extreme, just say, was that a joke? Sometimes people have really strange senses of humor, or sometimes they're just really nervous and awkward and they might say something that's a little bit out of line or something that you didn't interpret well. So give them a chance to re-explain, is that a joke? And then once they've told you where their head's at and you still feel that they're behaving inappropriately, you have every right to block and report. A lot of dating apps take this very seriously. In fact, once I blocked and reported somebody for telling me what he was going to do to me and what he was also going to do to me if I didn't go on a date with him. That sense of entitlement's very scary, actually, and you have a right to feel fear. So, not that that's going to put you off, but I've been spending 4 years and many hours researching dating apps, and within that time frame, you are bound to get 1 or 2 weirdos or 1 or 2 nasty people. If something like that is happening, then you need to screenshot it. Oh, sorry. I'm just reading my own book and I'm just being reminded about how to not be a weirdo. Guys, don't be a don't send unsolicited pictures. Don't send something that the girl didn't consent to. I once had a guy send me a barrage of photos that were sitting in his back catalogue. In fact, I reported that one to the police. But the average guy is sending topless selfies, all sorts of things that are kind of unnecessary in this day and age. I think that we kind of got a little bit excited and we started sending a lot of those physical look at me pictures when the selfie movement happened. But now we're all about hashtag self-love and hashtag self-care and hashtag so you're hot, what else you got? So if you're looking for a real meaningful connection and collection of potential datees, then make sure you send a picture, if it's asked for, that's classy and something that you wouldn't mind sharing with the whole world. And here's another one. I just remembered that I actually matched with someone who was married. This is just like goes without saying, but I'm presuming that if you're on a dating app that you're actually in a position to be in one. So maybe when you are asking for their social media account, just kind of scroll through and make sure that they're not in a relationship. There are exceptions to this rule. Sometimes people are in open relationships and that's kind of okay if it's okay for them. But make sure you know what you want and see if it's okay for you. You don't want to be wasting your time with someone who is definitely a real person but not available. And really simple housekeeping stuff. Do not put your date of birth anywhere. Do not give away your address or even suburb. And do not add them as a friend on any social media until you know how to block them straight away if it's getting a bit weird. Do not give your phone number away unless you know how to block it there. Rather use the app to make that phone or video call. If you're going to accept a date, always accept it in a public place. Make sure that you tell some friends that you're going on a blind date as well. And lastly, trust your gut. In fact, our gut instinct knows everything. If it smells like it and it looks like it, it's probably it. Just remember to be safe in general. This world isn't so big bad wolf after all. It can be a lot of fun, but know your boundaries. And if you do decide to share your sacred space with someone, know your worth and know about protection.